G'day, and how you all going? It's been a pretty good day. We've got the boat down there, as you can see. We're on a pebble beach, which is quite different, and it's good too. It's nice and calm out there, so I'll put the boat back on an endless loop. That's why I have to do this boat, and yeah, it's working out pretty good. I've got a nice little elevated spot here, which is always good, and Jojo's going pretty good after having a bit of a problem with a urinary tract, I think, because of the drinking the salt water, but looks like she's passing the urine all right, which is really good. And what else can I say? I had a bit of a deja vu today from about 12-15 years ago. When I come here, I didn't find Seaflame Bay either, and did the same thing today. Come past Elsie Island, and I was just doing it by dead reckoning, and yeah, I just did not reckon where it was. Put the GPS on, and yeah, it was about 6 or 7 k's behind me. So yeah, I sailed. I had a good downwind sail into this little bay here, and just picked a spot, and away we went. Yeah, this area has a huge amount of history for a remote area. In 1932, the aviator Hans Bertram and Adolf Klausmann were flying a Junkers W-33 seaplane, trying to fly it around the world, and they got off course a bit and thought they might have been up around Melville Island and something, but ended up first landing near Berkeley, just north of the Berkeley, and then had a bit of an encounter with one of the Aboriginals there, and so they got a bit worried and flew up further north to a place they now call Seaflame Bay, where they landed the seaplane and disabled took a float off and used it to paddle around further to the west, which they thought was going to take them to civilization, but they didn't know they were on the Kimberley coast. They were eventually found at Cape Bernia after some 40 days with very little water. One of the fellows went a bit mad. I think that was Adolf Klausmann, went a bit crazy, and Bertram was recovered. But yeah, they ended up getting picked up by the Meatworks launch from Wyndham, but found by the Aboriginals from Columbaroo that sent out a search party after finding some cigarette packets and that type of thing. Anyway, yeah, good bit of history. Yeah, there's a bit of a movie made about it and that type of thing, and a reenactment of the whole thing, which would have been pretty good. G'day. The camera has packed it in, the monitor no longer works, so I don't know whether I'm pointing this in the right direction, but hopefully you've got something of me. We'll just keep working that.
way through, just hoping. We've got some good wind today. I thought it was going to be really bad because it was north-northwest prediction, but we're sort of cruising along on our 310 bearing for Seaflame Bay. We're probably doing about 6 km an hour or something. We've got about 20 to run. So yeah, we could get there. There's a couple little alternatives on the way. Yeah, see how we go. So yeah. G'day, we just come into this little bay. We ran out of wind, so we just had to come in early. Bit of a shame because we're going to miss out on searching for the waterhole, but I suppose any new little bays good to come and have a look at. And I mean, everything's got its uniqueness. Yeah, there's a little story about that golden trevally in the last picture. We caught that while we were sailing, tacking between the reefs, which is obviously a good place to catch a fish, on a silver spoon, and sort of pulled it in little bit by little bit to in between sailing, and eventually got it up and hung it off the back steering arm, so it was sort of half in the water and half out. And still sailing, and then looking back, and a big hammerhead, he was a big fella, come in and took one sort of sweep because he was obviously looking for something past it. So the next one was going to be a latch on. He was going to take that fish, so I quickly just grabbed the back tail and just flicked him up on the deck before he come back. So that would have been quite eventful, I suppose, if that would happen. But these things you don't really have capture on video very often. So I just explained it, and it was one of the eventful things that happened. Yeah, g'day. We're actually on our way. This is the water run. I'm going to call today the water run because we've only got about 3 to 4 litres of water left. We had a little bit of a leakage problem, and the wind's been pretty ordinary too, but we're getting into Seaflame Bay now. Well, we've got 10k to run, and we're doing about 10k an hour with this headwind, but if everything goes well, we should be alright. We shouldn't have to use any fuel, but if the wind dies off before I get there, I'm definitely going to use the fuel because we're very low on water. Righto, let's give you a quick pan around.